Writers crave readers. That's what I told myself when the first email came. I loved your book. No subject line, no signature, no social media link. Just that one sentence. I get dozens of those messages weekly, but something about that one stuck with me. The phrasing may be, the way loved sat on the page, sharp and final. I replied, "Thank you. I'm glad it meant something to you." She answered 5 minutes later.
It didn't just mean something. It changed me. You're writing about me, even though we've never met.
At first, I thought it was a joke. My last novel, Paper Hearts, was about obsession. A woman who falls in love with a novelist and starts leaving notes for him inside his own drafts. The irony didn't hit me until much later. Her name, she said, was...
Leela.
She wrote beautifully. Her emails were more like short stories, detailed, rhythmic, sometimes poetic, like she was trying to seduce the page. She knew my work intimately, not just the published books, but essays I'd written a decade ago, obscure interviews, even posts I'd deleted from old forums. I should have ignored her. I know that now. But writers live on attention. It's our drug, and she knew exactly how to dose it. I started looking forward to her messages. They weren't just compliments, they were conversations. She asked about my writing process, insomnia, and fear of failure. She quoted my book's lines back to me and told me what she thought I meant. She said,
Once that you write about loneliness, like you've made peace with it, but I think you're just trying to control it. You make it perform for you. That's what all writers do.
I didn't respond to that one. It hit too close. Weeks went by. I told myself I'd stop replying every night. But I didn't. It felt like confiding in someone who understood me better than I did. Then she sent the first letter. Not an email, an actual letter. I still don't know how she found my address. She wrote it by hand, black ink on thick paper that smelled faintly of smoke and perfume. It said,
I wanted to see what my words look like on your table. This is where they belong.
the envelope included a Polaroid, my desk, my actual desk. The photo was taken from the outside, through my study window. The curtains had been half drawn. That night, I barely slept. I called the police the next morning, but what was I supposed to say? A fan mailed me a compliment and a blurry photo. They took a report, nothing more. I told myself I'd block her, change my email, and delete everything. But I didn't. Instead, I wrote her back. Don't ever come to my house again, I said. That's crossing a line. She replied the same night.
I wasn't at your house. You were.
That line stayed with me. It didn't make sense, but it felt like a riddle aimed at something inside me I didn't want to name. Over the next few days, I tried to write, to get back to the new novel, but my focus was gone. Every sound outside my apartment window made me flinch. Every time my phone buzzed, I expected her name, and she didn't disappoint. Another letter arrived the following week. Inside was a single page from one of my unpublished manuscripts, a story I'd written years ago but never shared with anyone. She'd edited it. My words had been crossed out and replaced in her handwriting. The story had changed completely. twisted into something new. At the bottom, she'd written.
See, I can write you better than you write yourself.
I tore the page up, but I pieced it back together later that night, and she was right. It was better, cleaner, sharper, more honest. I hated how much that thrilled me. The emails became constant. She'd send paragraphs describing what I was doing, not guesses, but descriptions, as if she were watching.
You're drinking coffee again, even though you promised to quit. You're staring at a blank page, wondering what the point is. You wish someone else could take over for a while.
She was always right. One night I wrote back, "Stop watching me." She replied.
Then stop being so easy to see.
That was the first time I felt terrified of her, not just creeped out, afraid, because she'd taken my voice. That's precisely the kind of line I would have written. She was starting to sound like me. The next morning, I found something new on my desk, a notebook I didn't own. My handwriting filled every page. Entries I'd never written, notes about Lila, conversations we hadn't had yet. One page simply read, "She's here now." I searched the apartment from top to bottom. Nothing. No sign of anyone. I tried calling friends, my agent, and even my editor. No one answered. It was like the world had gone quiet. That night, I dreamed of her for the first time. She was sitting at my desk, wearing my clothes, typing on my laptop. She didn't look up when I entered. She just said.
You can rest now. I'll take care of the story.
When I woke up, the dream didn't fade like dreams. The feeling stayed, sharp and present. And when I opened my laptop, the document on the screen wasn't what I'd been working on. It was a file titled Lila.docx. The first line read,
The writer wakes up from a dream he didn't have.
It described everything that had just happened, word for word. The letters, the emails, the photo, even the dream itself. It ended with a single, unfinished sentence.
He finally realizes she's.
I slammed the laptop shut and unplugged it. I didn't open it again for days. But she didn't stop. The following letter came with no return address. This one was longer, a story written entirely from my point of view, only it wasn't my life anymore. It was hers. Her voice came from my mouth, and her choices were in my body. In the story, I quit writing. I gave her my passwords, my contacts, my contracts. I let her publish under my name. She wrote,
You're tired. Let me handle it.
I burned the letter. But the next morning, a draft of the same story appeared in my email. With my name on it, my publisher thought it was my new novel. They said it was the best thing I'd ever written. I tried to tell them I didn't write it. They didn't believe me. Now she had control of my career, my voice, my words, everything. I started losing time after that. Hours, sometimes days. I'd look up from the desk, and it would be dark outside. My email inbox would be full of responses from fans about posts I didn't make, blog entries, interviews, handwritten notes, all signed with my name. Lila was writing my life, and she was good at it. People said I seemed happier, more confident, more productive. The new books were bestsellers. Critics said I'd finally found my voice. I barely recognized any of it, but The money kept coming, and the praise grew. Every night I told myself I'd take it back. I'd delete everything, expose her, end it. But every morning, there'd be new pages on my desk, and every one of them was brilliant. The last real thing I remember writing was this journal entry. I'm writing it. I hope I am. But my hands are trembling. The words look wrong. Too neat, too deliberate. There's a letter on my desk right now, sealed, waiting. My name is on it, in her handwriting. I haven't opened it yet, but I know what it says. It says, "You can rest now. I'll finish the story." And the worst part? I want her to.